This is my second video on solving quadratic inequalities. So you'll need to see the first video before watching this one, because I'm going to go a little bit quicker with this one. Right. First of all, I'm going to factorize that. It is a quadratic, so it should be double brackets. Right. What two numbers multiply together to give you the last number, this -15, but when added together to give the +2? It's going to be -3 and 5. Check. -3 times 5 does give you -15, but -3 add 5. -3 times 5 gives you -15, but -3 add 5 gives you 2. So it's -3 plus 5, or you can swap them around, doesn't matter. The next thing we're going to do is sketch a graph of, remember this is the quadratic expression broken down in its factorized form. To do a sketch of that, I need to find where this graph crosses the x-axis. And remember, on the x-axis, where it crosses the x-axis, the y values are 0. All right, if you remember, all quadratics have a U shape, and it crosses it in two different places. And remember that the x value we need to find out, but the y value is 0 because it's sitting on the x-axis, and same for this one. It'll have a different value of x, but the y value will be 0. So set y equal to 0 to determine the x values. In this case, x would be 3 or x equals -5, right? So now I can sketch. Remember, sketch doesn't have to be super accurate. You're not plotting it, it's just a sketch. It crosses it at +3 and somewhere here -5. So it does something like this. Right then, now we need to find all the values of y that are bigger than or equal to 0. All the values of y that are bigger than or equal to 0. Well, any coordinates above the x-axis, the y values are bigger than 0. Right, just one second. That was meant to be 3 there, okay? Anyways, as I was saying, all these coordinates that are above the x-axis have a y value bigger than 0, and same on the other side. So to solve this question over here, the value of x, remember all these coordinates here are on the right hand side of 3. So we write bigger than or equal to 3. That's one of the answers. And the other one, all these coordinates along here are on the left hand side of -5. So it's x less than or equal to -5. Notice the symbols that I've used here. Right, it's very similar to the symbol that I've got over here. Right, these are the two answers. And just remember this, if the question was the other way around, as I've explained in the other previous video, if it was this instead, that way, right? In that case, we would need to find all the values of y that are less than 0, which means below the x-axis. And all these coordinates here, all these coordinates lie between -5 and 3. So in that case, x would be less than or equal to 3, but bigger than or equal to -5. So the answer for this would be this, but the answer for this one, well, we started off with this one, didn't we? Would be this over here.